Your credit card might already include free travel insurance, but here's the catch. It only works if you meet the rules before something goes wrong. And that's the part most people miss. They hear, travel insurance included. Book the flight, reserve the hotel, rent the car, and assume they're protected. Then a flight gets delayed overnight. A bag disappears. A family emergency forces them to cancel. Or the rental car gets scratched in a parking garage. That's when they find out the benefit wasn't automatic in the way they thought. So before you rely on your credit card's travel insurance, check 3 things. Not 10. Not a giant legal document line by line. 3 things that tell you whether this benefit is actually useful for your trip, or whether you need separate coverage. First, check what type of travel insurance your card actually includes. Because travel insurance isn't one thing. It's a bundle of different protections, and your card may include some while skipping others completely. One card might include trip cancellation and interruption coverage. Another might include trip delay reimbursement, baggage delay, lost luggage, rental car, collision damage waiver, emergency assistance, or travel accident coverage. Those sound similar, but they're very different. Trip cancellation helps before you leave. Trip interruption helps after the trip has already started. Trip delay helps when you're stuck waiting. Baggage delay helps when your suitcase is late. Lost baggage helps when it's gone. Rental car coverage usually deals with damage or theft of the car. Not your medical bills, not liability, and not the full vacation. And the easiest way to answer it is to look for the card's benefits guide. Not the marketing page, not the bullet point that says travel protection. The benefits guide. That's where you'll see coverage limits, covered reasons, exclusions, claim deadlines, and the number to call. You need to know the numbers before you travel. Is trip cancellation covered up to $1,500, $5,000, $10,000? Is that per person, per trip, or per account? Does delay coverage start after 6 hours, 12 hours, or 24 hours? That difference matters. A 6-hour delay and a 12-hour delay may sound close when you're reading a brochure. But when you're sitting in an airport at 11 p.m., deciding whether to pay $230 for a hotel room, that difference is huge. Second, check how you have to pay for the trip. This is the rule that catches a lot of people. Many credit card travel protections only apply if you paid for the trip with that specific card. Some benefits may require you to pay the full amount with the card. Some may cover you if you paid taxes and fees on an award ticket. Some may apply if you used points from that card's rewards program. Some may not. And yes, that tiny detail can decide whether your claim gets approved or denied. Let's say your premium travel card includes trip delay coverage. Great. But you booked your flight with a different card because it had a better airline offer. Then the flight gets delayed overnight and you spend $180 on a hotel, $42 on dinner, and $28 on breakfast. You file a claim through the premium card. The benefit administrator asks for proof that you paid for the ticket with that card. You didn't. That's where the problem starts. That's why the second check is so important. Before you book, decide which card you're using, not just for points, but for protection. Sometimes the card with the best rewards rate is not the card with the best insurance. Getting 5x points sounds great, but stronger coverage can matter more. If you're booking a $79 domestic flight for a weekend trip, maybe the rewards matter more. But if you're booking a $4,800 family vacation with non-refundable flights, prepaid hotels, tours, and a rental car, protection matters a lot more. That one card choice can be the difference between a covered claim and a very expensive lesson. Third, check the exclusions. This is where travel insurance gets real. Credit card coverage can be valuable, but it's not magic. It doesn't cover every problem, every cancellation, every country, every traveler, or every reason. Most policies are built around covered reasons. That phrase matters. A covered reason is a specific situation listed in the benefits guide. Things like serious illness, accidental injury, severe weather, jury duty, certain job-related emergencies, or a common carrier delay may be covered, depending on the card. But I changed my mind, usually isn't covered. Flights got cheaper, and I want to rebook isn't covered. I don't feel like going anymore isn't covered. A known event that was already happening when you booked may not be covered. Risky activities, pre-existing medical conditions, certain family members, trip lengths, destinations, or expenses may be excluded or handled differently. And here's a big one. Credit card travel insurance often doesn't replace travel medical insurance. This is especially important for international trips. Some cards offer emergency assistance services. Some may offer evacuation benefits, but that doesn't automatically mean your hospital bill overseas is covered the way you think it is. Medical care abroad can get expensive quickly. We're not talking about a $40 inconvenience. We're talking about costs that can jump into the thousands or tens of thousands. So if you're traveling internationally, don't just check cancellation and baggage benefits. Check medical coverage, emergency evacuation, and whether your regular health insurance works where you're going. Now, let's make this practical. Imagine Maya and Daniel are taking their 2 kids to Italy. The trip costs $6,200 total. Flights, hotels, trains, museum tickets, and prepaid tours. They remember that their credit card has travel insurance, so they don't buy a separate policy. 2 days before departure, Daniel gets sick and their doctor says he shouldn't fly. They cancel the trip and assume the credit card will reimburse them. But then the benefit administrator asks for 3 things. Proof that the trip was paid with the covered card, documentation from the doctor, and proof that the expenses were prepaid and non-refundable. If they paid with the right card, if illness is a covered reason, if Daniel is an eligible traveler, and if they submit the paperwork on time, they may be in good shape. But change one detail, and the outcome can flip. Maybe they paid the flights with one card and the hotel with another. Maybe the doctor note is missing required details. Maybe the claim deadline is 20 days and they wait 6 weeks. That's how people get surprised. Not because the benefit is fake. It's not. Credit card travel insurance can be genuinely useful. The problem is that people treat it like a blanket promise when it's actually a contract with conditions. So, what should you do before your next trip? There are 3 quick steps. Step 1. Download or save your card's benefits guide before you book. Search for cancellation, interruption, delay, baggage, rental car, medical, evacuation, exclusions, and claim deadline. Step 2. Use the right card to pay for the parts of the trip you want protected. If you're splitting payments, using points, or booking through a third-party platform, check how that affects eligibility. Step 3. Save documentation as you go. Keep receipts, keep booking confirmations, keep delay notices from the airline, keep cancellation emails. If your baggage is delayed, get a written report. If a doctor is involved, get medical documentation. If something is stolen, ask whether a police report is required. Because when you file a claim, the benefit administrator isn't going to approve it based on vibes. They're going to ask for documents. That's the biggest mindset shift here. Don't think of credit card travel insurance as something you figure out after the problem happens. Think of it as something you set up before the trip by using the right card, understanding the rules, and keeping the right paperwork. Now, should you still buy separate travel insurance? Sometimes, yes. If your trip is expensive, international, medically complicated, adventure heavy, or has a lot of prepaid non-refundable costs, separate travel insurance may give broader coverage than your credit card. It may include stronger medical protection, higher limits, cancel for any reason options, or coverage that better fits your situation. But for a smaller trip, or for specific problems like delays, baggage issues, or rental car damage, your credit card benefit might be enough. The answer is, compare the risk to the coverage. Look at the cost of the trip. Look at who's traveling. Look at where you're going. Look at what could realistically go wrong. Then look at the card benefit in writing. If the coverage matches the risk, great. Use it. That's a valuable perk you've already paid for through your card. If there are gaps, fill them before you leave. So here's the simple checklist. 1. What does the card actually cover? 2. How do you have to pay for the trip? 3. What's excluded? Check those before you book, not after your flight is canceled, not after your bag disappears, And definitely not after you're already overseas trying to read a benefits guide on hotel Wi-Fi. Because yes, your credit card may include free travel insurance, but free doesn't mean automatic. Free doesn't mean unlimited. And free definitely doesn't mean every situation is covered. Used correctly, it can save you hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Used casually, it can give you a false sense of security right when you need help the most. If this helped you understand what your credit card actually covers, subscribe for more practical breakdowns like this. We're covering smarter travel, hidden card benefits, and money mistakes that are easy to avoid once someone actually explains the fine print.